Mr. Watson. Thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate the time that you've taken out of your busy schedule to talk with us. My name is Mrs. Carterera. I'd like to introduce you to my associates, Miss Daniels.
Nice to meet you.
And we have got a proposition that we would like to go over with you. We've been doing a little bit of looking at the company, and we are well aware of your mission statement and your vision statement, and we are totally in agreement with you about the things that Chevron does for the society and the world in general. We have been thinking about talking to you about changing the location of your corporate office. And the reason that we are bringing this to you today is we would like to help you and the Chevron Corporation do as much as you are possibly capable of doing for the world. We understand that you are wanting to be a world leader in the energy industry, and I think by relocating your corporate office, we can actually help you to achieve that goal. We understand that currently you are located in the city of San Ramon, California. I'm actually a California girl myself. A little bit further north than you, but it's a beautiful state. We understand that they have got a lot to offer in California. We understand that you are using the latest technologies. Chevron has always been known for making major discoveries in the United States while maintaining strong production in mature fields. So we don't want to take that away from you, but I think that you'll be able to do that even more so in Allen, Texas. We understand that Chevron is the largest liquid producer and one of the largest hydrocarbon producers in the United States, which just puts you right up there to be the global leader. And we would definitely like to see you get to that point. Our company's major operations in the United States are in California, and the Gulf of Mexico, Colorado, Louisiana, and a few other states. And that's something that we were kind of looking at, and our proposed relocation site for you would be Allen, Texas, which is actually a suburb of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And as you, I'm sure that you're aware of the location of Dallas-Fort Worth. Everybody seems to know that's a big metropolis there in Texas. And by locating to the Allen area, it's going to put you right there in the middle of a lot of areas where we already have rigs and land-based operations going on. I mean, it's right there by New Mexico. It's right there by Louisiana. Oklahoma's a little above it. You've got the Gulf of Mexico, where currently we have several drilling rigs, that are in operation. And down around the southern part of the state, we actually have some land rigs I know that are operating there. And by moving to the Allen area would give you that access to those rigs and locations a lot better than where you're at right now currently in San Ramon. The unemployment rate in the Allen area is 4.1%, less than the national average. So it's people in Texas, when they go to work for a company, they actually plan on staying with that company. So I think that's going to be a good thing for you. And Allen's rated number 35 in the most livable cities in the United States. Population's about 85,000 people. So that's one of the things that I really love about that area, and it's beautiful there. I know California's been going through a drought. I mean, you should see how green Allen, Texas is. You will love it there. It's beautiful. There's also a lot of amenities, pretty much equal to the San Ramon area. With the exception, I think you probably would even have a few more in the Allen, Texas area with You know, they've got world-class golf courses. They have amusement parks, museums, just about a little bit of everything for everyone. You know, so I don't think that you or your employees would have a problem finding some entertainment in that area during your off hours. I know that the decision to relocate is always a big decision to be made. But I do want to give you a little bit more information about the area that might help with that decision. The average age is 35 years old, which is a great age for working in the particular field. They're predominantly 20 to 64-year-olds in the area. It's a great place to raise families. Like I said, there's so much to do there. It's also a great place to retire for yourself when that day comes, or possibly some of your more senior employees. It's a beautiful place to retire. It would be extremely beneficial, since Texas is huge in leading the oil and gas industry. Just the state itself is known for its oil and gas. That goes way back. I know you're probably a fan of those old cowboys. Well, I can't tell you how many times I have watched an old cowboy movie with an old oil rig in the background. You know, well, you can bet that was probably shot somewhere here in the state of Texas. And not to mention, back on a more serious note, not to mention taxes. Stop and look at the state of Texas. We have no state tax here. California's tax rates are 13.3, some of the highest in the nation. And by relocating to the Allen, Texas area, you're going to be saving your corporation millions in taxes alone, along with your employees. You know, there's no state tax required there, and it's going to save your employees money too. So you're going to be saving all around as far as the actual cash out of pocket goes. I do want to talk a little bit about how some of the employees may be affected by all of this. I'm going to randomly pick a few positions that I know will definitely be affected. And as you can see on the PowerPoint that's been kind of flashing behind me, we've got the administrative assistant. Okay, this particular position will be affected by the relocation. If this particular individual does not want to move with the company to the new relocation, you're looking at having to hire someone new. You've got the tasks that they would perform, coordinating international travel plans for the staff, maintaining confidentiality about important issues, entering data and other information into the computers. Those are some of the most important and secretive, well, I use that term loosely, some of the more important things that this particular individual does. They're also going to maintain the studying methods, implementing cost reductions, developing reports, record-keeping systems. They're going to be revising those and procedures, experimental growth opportunities, providing a lot of information to excuse me, the HR department so that they can further transpond that down to your actual workers, using additional mathematics skills. All of these skills are going to be important, along with, you know, telephone answering, faxing. General secretarial skills, you know, are going to go along with this particular position. And then, oh, can you go back one for me, Miss Daniels? Thank you. This pretty much gives you a good summary of everything we just went over. The general market salary for that particular position is going to be between $30,000 and $66,000. In this area, it's actually going to pay in the neighborhood at the top level $58,900. We're having a little difficulty here with our thing. There we go. Thank you, Miss Daniels. Thank you so much for that. Another position that is going to be affected by this move is going to be your IT analyst, and they are going to be working with your IT system, your computer systems. They're going to manage the project execution to ensure adherence to the budgets and schedules, monitor and track project milestones and deliveries, submit project deliverables, ensuring quality standards are being maintained. They're going to update your project plans for information. They're going to maintain your technology systems, information specifications, schedules. They're going to assign duties and responsibilities and the spans of authority to project personnel. Prepare project status reports. There's a lot of things that this particular individual does for your corporation now and will continue to do in the future. So if you do happen to lose this individual, you definitely are going to want to get another person in that position as soon as possible. And a benefit to that is the closeness to the universities. You are going to have top graduates that would jump at the chance to work for a corporation like yours. Once again, this is just a brief overview of exactly what your IT analyst is going to be doing for you, from running leading edge computing environment with the global reach. The salary market runs in the neighborhood of $45,000 to $121,000, with your actual pay being right in the neighborhood of about $89,000. So you probably have a little bit of flexibility, though, even with recruiting from your universities. But this is definitely a very important position that you want to keep in mind. The next one that we would like to talk to you about would be your petroleum engineer. Definitely an important position in your organization, because this is the individual, as I am sure you are quite aware, that's going to be preparing all of your drilling operations for you. They maintain and make sure that your equipment's set up properly. They run a lot of your crews. They do a lot of communication with your rig supervisors and your field supervisors to make sure that everyone is on the same page and going in the same direction. They're also going to do a lot of communication with your clients. So this is another one of the important positions, upper positions, that you are definitely going to want to maintain that individual in that position if you can. But if not, this does give you an idea of some of the things that individual is doing for your company right now. And you are going to want to find somebody that can actually perform these at this level, so that you can just move right along in the process. The petroleum engineer, this position does require a bachelor's degree, so there you will be needing probably to look towards the university if you can't find someone locally that's already been in the field for quite some time. I mean, that does give you an opportunity to look into universities for that. They are, like I said, they are going to be communicating a lot with your clients and crews, so you do want to be sure that they do have that personal touch ability there, so that they can actually talk to people on the levels that they need to be on. Once again, your market pay is going to run in the neighborhood of $74,000 to $187,000, with your margin being $115,000. And the next position that we would like to talk to you about is going to be the project manager. The responsibilities of the project manager for a small capital project manager is going to include, but it's not completely limited to this, it'll lead a safe and incident-free planning and execution of assigned projects. So there's another leader for you, coordinating all front-end work, leading to the execution phase of the project. All detailed engineering, procurement, construction, and startup activities are going to go through your project manager. They're going to develop staffing plans for projects. They're going to set direction for experienced contract personnel. They're going to manage your OSHA, your PSM MOC process, which, as you know, is very important in this industry. They're going to contract and purchase, order development, and placement, which is also something very important in the industry. They're going to coordinate Chevron review and approval of design deliveries, establish objectives and expectations for implementation of a necessary Chevron process. I mean, another very, very important individual. And the average salary range for your project manager is going to be right around $96,000. We went through Glassdoor to get some of these projected figures, and as you can see, Glassdoor is actually showing that actual pay to be $147,000. So you do have a little bit of playroom there. I think you would be able to comparably pay this individual, especially at the range that he's at right at the moment. And the last position that we want to talk to you about is your position. And we're not going to tell you exactly what you do, because we know that you already know what you do. So the recommendations that we would like to set for you are that you do move to the Allen area. You could actually ease the transition for a lot of the individuals in your company. If they're wanting to move with the corporation and relocate to Allen, Texas, you may want to consider giving them a $1,500 credit, towards their relocation fees. I know that one company I used to work for actually did that for employees, and so that we were able to stay with the company. You may consider offering your lower level employees employment with one of the other Chevron locations throughout the United States. That way, if they want to stay with Chevron but are unable to come to Texas, they can. The biggest reasons, though, that we would like for you to consider Allen, Texas is, I would have to say, number one top is the taxes. You're going to find your savings in the millions of dollars. You know, as I stated earlier, California is 13.3% tax, highest in the nation. And Texas is so much lower than that. Plus, there is no state tax. So, I mean, you do have to think about the savings and what it can do for your corporation. Another thing that I'd like you to consider is the cost of living index in Allen, Texas, compared to San Ramon. If we were to set the national average at 100%, San Ramon would come in at 176, and Allen, Texas would be 107. So as you can see, there is quite a bit of difference as far as the cost of living index in the area. And the population, you have a larger population in the Allen, Texas area. You have a 20% better air quality, 32% lower in the pollution level. I understand how important those areas are to a California-based company, especially with the air quality and pollution that you suffer in Southern California. And another thing to think about is housing costs. Even though the actual cost of living may be a little lower in Allen, Texas, you're looking at a 51% decrease in housing costs alone, which is going to more than easily make up for that anticipated transition that any of your employees may have to make. I was recently looking at some of the homes in the Allen, Texas area, and I can't express how beautiful these homes are for half of what you would pay for them in California. Just amazes me, even to this day, especially coming from California myself. It's just amazing. So we would definitely like you to consider all of these little things that we have taken the time to work up for you. I do again appreciate the time that you have spent here with us today. And we will more than happily send you a copy of our short PowerPoint. We'll send you some of the written documentation so that you can once again kind of look over it at your own leisure. It'll give you something that you can hold on to and kind of compare and contrast your own self, discuss with some of your other management members, and then just get back with us. We are figuring relocation time. Yes, we are figuring that you should be able to easily do the relocation within a year, at most year and a half. And we're thinking the best time to do that is going to be around late spring, early summer. That way, if you do have employees with children in school, they'll be able to finish out their school year in California. They'll be able to transition into the new year after they've moved out to Allen, so that you won't have that problem. Plus, you're not going to be right in the middle of any of the major holidays that people enjoy celebrating. We think that would probably be the best time for you to make that transition. Plus, the weather is relatively beautiful during that time of year too. So you're not going to be worrying with extreme heat and extreme cold. Not that it even gets that extreme here in Texas. But by all means, take the opportunity to discuss this with your other managers. And then just get back with this. We'll be looking forward to hearing from you. We do really appreciate the time that you've taken out of your busy day. And thank you so much for coming, Mr. Watson. Thank you so much.